This is my friend Jean.
This is my friend Min.
Today we're gonna talk more about how to choose English books for learning language.
Yeah.
So today I also brought this one because I thought this one really fit our topic.
It did.
Today.
You've learned a lot from that book.
Yeah, right. I think when you read books for learning language, it's really important to choose books that you can finish smoothly. Yeah, with a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're not enjoying it, you give it up.
Yeah, we're gonna give you 4 tips how to choose English books for studying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, I mentioned last time. We were talking about level,
Here.
and I mentioned choosing something below your level. I should have said at or below your level. But I had the same question when I first read about this as a teacher. How do you know which books are at your level?
Right.
Well, there's a good way to test. Some people call it the 5-finger rule.
Yeah.
So you should take a book that you might read, go to the middle of the book, any page in the middle, start at the top, read. Every time you see a word or an expression that you don't know, put a finger down. At the end of the page, if you have 5 fingers down, this book is too difficult for you, and you should choose something else. Now, for little kids, they can choose something else to read for themselves, and mom and dad can still read this book with them.
Right.
They don't have to give it up. And maybe for adults the same way, you maybe get a study group or something like that, but it's going to be much more like hard work instead of pleasure.
Right. So for me, I marked only 3 here. So
on that page.
It really fit me.
Yeah.
And then when I finished this book, there were only 5 words I looked up on dictionary.
Okay, great.
Yeah. That's why it was really enjoyable for me. Yeah.
But sometimes in the book, maybe there were words that were less familiar, but you could keep reading, right?
Yeah.
And that's it exactly. You might not know 100%, but you get the idea from the story, and you just keep moving.
Yeah, I give you our second tip now. Yeah, it's interesting.
You have to be interested. If it's not interesting, why bother?
Yeah, as Jean said last time, it's in young adult genre. So it's a story of a boy who just got into a middle school,
Right.
and also a story about his family and his friends and his teacher and his school life as well.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting to me.
You love stuff about families and kids.
Yeah. Actually, I got to learn a lot of good values as well from his parents and his teachers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even I find it interesting. There's the parenting part and the development of the child.
Yeah, also about life. Yeah.
Being nice to people.
Yeah, exactly. Our third tip is
choosing something recent. If you are using books, novels, poetry, plays to learn modern English, Shakespeare is not that helpful. Maybe much too difficult because it's difficult even for native speakers.
right.
And so we definitely recommend choosing something more recent. This book, Wonder, was published
in 2014.
Yeah,
And there was part about the Facebook thing, iMessage.
Right.
Yeah, so why not? It's really useful for
modern language, modern culture, things that you might have to talk about when you travel somewhere or live somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And then our fourth tip is choose a book with audio CD or audio book.
Yeah.
Not really necessary for native speakers like you.
Sure.
I know Korean, EFL background. When you read this book, your reading skills could be very improved. But what about your listening and speaking? But when you read a book with audio, you can learn how to pronounce, difficult words and expressions. You can just learn a lot of things by listening as well. So at the beginning, I had hard time to follow
To follow the
all
audio.
speed. Yeah.
Sure.
But later, I was ahead. Like, oh, I was like here, and then the speed was like here. So you get used to it. And it's also very good to, memorize the story when you do other stuff. Like when I do the dishes, I listen to the audio file. It's really useful to remind the story, and then I can just practice a little bit of intonations and pronunciation as well. So I highly recommend to choose a book with audio. That's why this one is perfect for me. Yeah. And then I want you to choose a book really fits you.
Absolutely, yeah. Something interesting at your level or below, and that has an audio. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I just
intonation is really important in English.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And then see you next time.
See you.
Bye. Please join us.
Yep. And you'll hear about our other tips.
Yeah.